Welcome back to Eatsy, where if we can make twice-cooked pork, then so can you. The name twice-cooked pork originates from the dish's distinctive cooking process where the pork is first boiled and then stir-fried. Twice-cooked pork started showing up in the northern Song dynasty, which lasted from the years 960 to 1127. This dude here rocking this epic antenna hat is Emperor Taizi, who founded the Song dynasty. Here he is when several leaders of a large army were like, "You should totally be the emperor, dude." And here he is again later when he'd been emperor for a while. And here is a totally historically accurate reenactment of the emperor whenever he was served twice-cooked pork.
Oh boy!
So let's jump into it. The first thing we're going to start with is the pork belly. This piece we got here is about 600 grams or 21 ounces. Because we got our pork belly at our local Asian market, it still had some skin on the underside of it. So the first thing we did was take it outside to cook it skin side down in a pan outside, just because we didn't want to make our kitchen smell like bacon. If you get your pork belly at some place like Costco, for example, they don't sell pork belly with skin on it. So if you get one like that, just skip this step. If you do have one with skin on it, just cook it until the skin is a little bit crispy and all the micro hairs have been cooked off of it. The next step, or your first step if you got pork belly without skin, is put the pork into a pot of water. Also toss in a few pieces of the white end of some green onions, and about 6 or 7 slices of ginger. Lastly, you're going to add about 30 milliliters or 1 ounce of cooking wine to the water. Cover the pot with a lid, let it come up to a boil, and let it cook for about 20 minutes. When it's done cooking, remove it from the hot water and set it aside to let it cool so you can cut it safely later. Next, we're going to start with the vegetables. You can either use 1 large leek or about 6 large green onions. If the ends are pretty chunky, you're going to want to smack them flat like Auntie is doing here. Then slice them in half so they're not that bulky. Then cut them on the diagonal in about 1 or 2 inch pieces. Along with your green onion, you're also going to slice up a red bell pepper into hearty-sized chunks. Then take your boiled pork belly and start cutting it into slices, almost like you're trying to make bacon. Set it aside on a plate for the second round of cooking a little bit later. Just before we head over to the stove, we've got one more thing to prepare. In a small bowl, add 1 tablespoon of this sweet bean paste and 2/3 of a tablespoon of light soy sauce. Mix those two things together and set them aside for later. Now let's head over to the stove and click that subscribe button. In a large pan over medium heat, add in all your sliced pork belly. Stir them around and let them cook until the edges start curling a little bit. Then we can add in just a little bit of sliced ginger. Then we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of black bean sauce like this one, and then 1 tablespoon of hot chili bean paste like this one. Mix all that together thoroughly until all the sauce covers the meat evenly. Next we can add in all our vegetables, the onions and the peppers. Mix them together thoroughly and let the vegetables cook down a little bit. Then we're going to add a quick blurb, maybe half a teaspoon, of black vinegar. And finally, we're going to add in the bowl of sauce that we had made earlier of the sweet bean paste and light soy sauce. Give everything a final stir to make sure all the sauce is incorporated, and then you can move your dish into your serving bowl. Just as a quick recap, we use 3 different Chinese sauces in this dish. You could probably find them all on Amazon or in your local Asian markets. They include the chili bean paste for some heat, and then the black bean sauce and sweet bean paste for some flavor. And then there you have it, twice-cooked pork. Please let us know down in the comments if you tried this recipe for yourself. Here we've plated it alongside our Shanghai noodles, the recipe for which you can find on our playlist. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like so that we know you enjoyed this type of content. Also, please consider giving the subscription button a click so you don't miss any of our new upcoming videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching.